Welcome to the class, everyone. So today we are going to discuss wireless LAN security technologies. The way we are going to structure today's lecture is that we are going to start off with the very fundamental concepts of wireless first or wireless LAN first. Then we are going to briefly discuss the security requirements or the need for security in the wireless networks. After that, we are going to discuss the typical threats that we face in a wireless network, in a wireless LAN. Then we are going to discuss in detail the countermeasures or the protections or the tools that we have available to protect ourselves against threats and attacks in a wireless network. And finally, we are going to take a very brief look at the wireless design in typical small office, home office environments or mid-size environments, and then mid to large size environments. So let's start off by looking at the contents of today's session. As you all know that wireless LAN or wireless network uses wireless signals or radio signals for transmission of information, for information exchange. And it is obviously a shared medium where everyone can access the network at the same time, or everyone can access the medium at the same time, the communication medium. And because of this sharing of the communication medium, there are specific challenges of security that arise, and we have to take care of them. The objective of today's lecture is that you should be able to understand and describe the wireless LAN technology. You should be able to list the common wireless LAN security threats. You should be able to understand the importance of wireless security planning and the technology principles that we have in the wireless networks. And then the typical wireless security design principles, you should be able to understand those. The sub-components of today's module are, as I said earlier, first of all, we are going to start off with wireless LAN overview, followed by wireless LAN security overview, then the threats, then the technologies to counter those threats, and finally, just a couple of slides on typical wireless LAN security design cases, or how wireless LAN and wireless LAN security is implemented in a typical network environment. So first things first, the first slide or the first concept we are going to discuss is Wi-Fi or wireless itself. As you all know that WLAN stands for wireless local area network, and what wireless LAN or WLAN does is that it provides us the ability to communicate over the wireless medium or through radio communication or using electromagnetic waves. You all must have heard about wireless LAN or wireless communication as well as Wi-Fi, but some of you might not be clear about what is the difference between wireless LAN, WLAN and Wi-Fi, because both the terms are used interchangeably for pretty much the same concept. So what exactly is the technical difference between wireless LAN or WLAN and Wi-Fi? So if the wireless LAN is based on 802.11 technology and 802.11 standards, we call that Wi-Fi. And generally today in the world, most of the enterprise wireless networks are based on 802.11 technology. So that is why we call them the Wi-Fi networks, and that is why Wi-Fi and wireless LAN are mostly used as interchangeable terms. There might be other wireless LAN standards as well, where once again we are not using any wires, but we are not using 802.11 technologies as well. So those networks would be called, technically they would be called wireless LANs, but they would not be called Wi-Fis. So for example, if you have a Zigbee network, ZIGBEE, Zigbee network, which is once again another wireless technology. It is a wireless LAN technology, or it is a wireless technology, but it is not a Wi-Fi network. So for example, in case of certain IoT deployments, you can have different types of wireless LANs as well, but those are rare and those have specific applications. The general wireless LANs that you see around you, those are all Wi-Fi LANs. If you look at the history and development of wireless LAN or Wi-Fi, around 2 decades ago, when the wireless LAN was actually developed, in fact more than 2 decades. The first generation of wireless LAN was 802.11b Wi-Fi or 802.11b wireless LAN. And those of you who have a good background in Wi-Fi or good background in wireless technologies, you would remember that 802.11b was based on 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth or 2.4 gigahertz band. The speed it gave was 11 megabits per second. There were 11 channels, and you had 3 non-overlapping channels that you could use. WEP or Wired Equivalence Privacy was used for encryption and for security implementation, and it used to use a single radio frequency module. So just for those of you who do not have a background in wireless, so this was pretty much a very primitive kind of solution that we had long time ago for implementing wireless LANs. Then we saw that we had 802.11a and G solutions, which could use the 5 gigahertz band as well, in addition to the 2.4 gigahertz band. And because we could use 5 gigahertz bands, we could get we could get higher bandwidth, 54 megabits of bandwidth, and we could also use multiple radio frequency or RF modules as well. And this also introduced a better form of security, which was Wi-Fi Protected Access 2.0.1 and then 2.0, which was called WPA. And then the third generation, in which we see 802.11n, and now these days AC as well, 802.11 AC standards as well, which give you even higher bandwidth because it can use multiple RF modules. So the more RF modules you have, the more bandwidth you can get. And this also supports MIMO, or multiple input, multiple outputs, which basically means, without going into too much depth of the wireless technology, which essentially means that you can get more bandwidth from your access points based on the technology that those access points are using. So these days we've got access points which are generally mostly based on 802.11n or 802.11 AC. 802.11 AC has certain backward compatibility issues or the client side issues, client side requirements. So 802.11n is what is most commonly being used in the industry these days. So this is how the wireless technology has evolved over the years. And there is a high probability that any one of you would not have experienced or would not have worked with wireless in this time and age. All of you must have experienced wireless, all of you must have experienced wireless LAN or Wi-Fi, either in your homes or in your offices or even at public spaces, in hotels, in parks, in airports, in bus or train stations. So wireless access is everywhere these days. So it has become an important part of our daily lives. How wireless LAN works, or what is the architecture of wireless LAN? Let's take a look at that. As you can see in the slides, there are two basic or fundamental forms of wireless architecture that we can have, or wireless LAN architecture that we can have. One architecture we can say is based on the FAT AP architecture, and the other one what Huawei calls is the FIT AP architecture. Or we can also say that if your access point is working in an autonomous mode, for those of you who might be familiar with the autonomous mode terminology, which means that the Wi-Fi or access point or the Wi-Fi device which is providing you the Wi-Fi coverage or Wi-Fi connectivity, that is called an access point. I'm assuming that all of you know this term. So if the access point works as a FAT access point or it is working in the autonomous mode, this means that it is not being controlled by a controller sitting at the back. Here we can see there is a controller sitting at the back which is controlling different access points. In this situation, in case of a FAT AP, FAT means that this is an intelligent AP and it is performing most of the wireless LAN functions itself. So in case of FAT AP, you don't have a wireless LAN controller at the back, and most of the control functions are being performed by the AP itself. However, in case of FIT AP or controller based access points, or in certain cases we call them thin controllers or thin APs as well, thick and thin APs as well, or FIT APs, the APs have got very limited functionality as far as the control is concerned. They are only responsible for providing connectivity to the end stations or end devices like laptops with wireless cards or wireless interfaces in them, mobile phones or any other devices that have got wireless connectivity options available in them. They are only providing them with the connectivity point or with the connectivity as the connectivity device, and all the controlling functions are being performed by the access controller, or what we call the AC at the back. So AP is responsible for providing connectivity, and AC or access controller, or simply controller or wireless controller, is responsible for providing all the control functions, for example the authentication, authorization, etc., to the devices which are connecting to the wireless infrastructure. So in case of small networks or home networks or a single AP networks, this is single AP or a small number of AP networks, you might be looking at a FAT AP architecture. However, in case of enterprise architectures or large deployments where a large number of APs are involved, where it is difficult to, becomes a hassle to configure each access point individually and separately, you would be seeing controller based wireless LANs, or what we call the AC based access controller based wireless LANs. So I think with this background information, we are good to go and take a look at the security concepts of wireless LANs, and then the security challenges and solutions to those challenges in a wireless LAN environment. And once again, if you have any questions, please you can ask the questions in the chat. And I hope you can all hear me now, because I'm looking at a couple of messages saying that you can't hear me correctly. Please, if you can hear me, please write a yes. I'm sorry for not being able to see this. Can you all hear me now? Okay, good. So let's carry on. Now that we know about the basics of wireless LANs or WLANs or Wi-Fi, let's take a look at some of the security challenges or some of the security requirements in a wireless LAN. As we know that wireless LANs or Wi-Fi networks give us a lot of flexibility. We can use the network sitting wherever we are or moving around wherever we want to. We are not tied to a wire. So it gives us a lot of mobility and a lot of flexibility in the way we work. And because of this flexibility and mobility, this poses a big challenge for us as well. Because of the nature of this access type or these wireless networks are open to a lot of attacks, a lot of threats from hackers or from malicious users. So we have to make sure that we are protected from those attacks. And because wireless networks are everywhere these days, so it becomes all the more important to cover all our wireless networks that are present there in the enterprises. And because of their widespread use in our networks, it becomes all the more difficult also, because the scale of coverage of the wireless networks is now all across the enterprise, all across our network. Initially, they used to be in small pockets, but now all the enterprise networks have Wi-Fi coverage all across them. So it becomes very challenging for the network administrators to provide security support or security coverage for such a flexible and such a versatile network that is spread all across the enterprise.